The sound you just heard is the concha, or conch shell, used to call the spirits in a sacred place. We are 4 youths from P.O.D.E.R, an environmental justice organization in East Austin. Our interviews are about plants and traditional healing. My name is Cristino Herrera. I grew up learning about some of the traditional medicines from my grandma, who founded P.O.D.E.R.
My name is Christoph Telles. I am a Mexica danzante, a traditional Aztec dancer. I felt very fortunate to meet and talk with Daniel Yanes, who works with herbal medicine here in Austin. I brought him a small gift of copal, a tree resin from Mexico that is used as an incense.
And I appreciate very much your gesture because this is the tradition. And this young lady understands the respect. And our tradition is about maintaining respect for ourselves, for each other, for the land, for the water, for our children, for our enemies. I'm hopeful that everyone will work to keep these traditions alive. I mean, they're part of your inheritance. And they will help you in a way that nothing else will.
With P.O.D.E.R, Daniel brought the Festival de las Plantas, the Festival of the Plants, to Austin. This is a ceremony in honor of Mother Earth. It involves dance and a series of workshops about medicinal plants. I really admire Daniel's commitment to passing down this tradition.
My name is Brittany Garza. I've been a young scholar of justice at P.O.D.E.R for 2 years. There's a huge cactus in front of the house where P.O.D.E.R has its office. Susana Almanza, founder and director of P.O.D.E.R, talks about its importance.
Okay, what I'm showing you out here is it's a garden. It's a cactus garden. And the cactus is an ancient plant. It dates back 20,000 years. It's been handed down tradition through years and years to our families. They call it one of the 7 warrior plants. Last year at the Festival de las Plantas in 2010, the whole discussion was around the cactus. And so we talked about all the different healing properties of the cactus for people who have diabetes, people who have cholesterol, digestion problems. And what we did was we took leaves, and they call them petals, and we put them in a small amount of dirt and gave them out to everyone who attended the Festival de las Plantas. And we asked everybody to plant it.
I grew up eating nopal or cactus. My grandma cooks it with red sauce, but I didn't know that it was a healing plant. I am proud to understand now how plants like nopal can help people, and I'd like to continue to pass on this tradition.
My name is Adriana Montes. I'm here with Carmen Yanes, the daughter of Daniel Yanes, who you heard from earlier in the story. She is showing us how to make tinctures with chamomile, rue, and rosemary. A tincture is medicine made from plants and other ingredients.
Rosemary has tons of medicinal properties. Like if you're experiencing a heartbreak, I actually like to cut a couple pieces of rosemary and place it on the inside of my shirt over my heart. You might get some of the oils there over your respiratory system where you're feeling some of that stress, but you're also going to get the vapors and be inhaling the medicinal properties of that rosemary.
I really liked hearing about how you could cure heartbreak with rosemary, but I still don't think it's something I would do because I didn't grow up in this tradition. Carmen talked about how her view of this tradition changed over time.
I think as a kid, especially in school, if you're being brought up with indigenous culture and medicine and dance and prayer, you are definitely a minority in the United States. And when I was younger, I definitely didn't appreciate it the same way that I do now. And so I did have those moments as a kid where I was like, why can't I just take a pill like everybody else, or go to the store, or, why do I have to wrap this, put hot tomatillos all over me and in socks and sit here with, tomatoes and everything on me. I'm really grateful. It changed for me as I got older and I started to realize that this is some of the best medicine ever. It hasn't failed people for thousands of years, whereas Western medicine is still early in its course.
This is Cristino again. I can relate to Carmen's experience as a kid, but just like Carmen, I am grateful for my exposure to these traditions. I remember my grandma asking me to hand out flyers at the Festival de las Plantas. Doing these interviews, I've learned about a lot of healing plants that I could use instead of going to the store to buy medicine. Some people in our group thought that this project might be boring, but it's fun. Hopefully, the story will inspire other youth to learn about their culture as well.
This story was created by Brittany Garza, Cristina Herrera, Adriana Montes, and Christophe Teles from P.O.D.E.R, People Organized in Defense of Earth and Her Resources. The story was produced by Stories from Deep in the Heart, a project of Texas Folklife.